And this is, it's different. Just we switch from freshly pressed to Grapevine because in the studio. So with me, who was someone who switched as well, is Folu Storms.
Good morning, Lagos. Please, I'm well behaved.
Okay.
Don't be spreading rumors.
I will not
respect
spread.
me, please. I'm respectable in these streets.
All right, let's move. Let's. We also have with us. It's always good to have another female in the room because we have the guys all the time. I'm always outnumbered.
I'm here for you. I am
Thank
here for
you,
you.
Folu.
Woo.
Thank you. All right, so we have Chef Jeff 3000.
Yeah. What's up? What's up? What's up?
Oh,
Jeff,
Hi,
you can
how
try
you
again.
doing? And of course, you heard his voice. It's James Silas.
Yeah.
Give them.
The original.
How you doing? The original, exactly. How you guys doing today?
Good, good, good.
excellent. I just want to say, my gentlemen, I like this energy you're coming with. Now, remember, this March, International Women's Day is
Yeah.
building. So maybe you step into the studio, that kind of energy.
Yeah,
So just
yeah,
in case
yeah,
I'm visiting
yeah,
that day as well, just come through like, happy Women's Day.
What, follow. Yep. Yeah, I
It's
know.
a
Quality.
Sunday,
Mm.
Folu,
So-
unfortunately.
Oh.
You were saying you have. Oh, thank God you have a family in the house. I'm a feminist. You
Oh,
consider me a
shit.
Actually, we
feminist.
got actually feminists here too. Thank you
know?
very much.
Let me
Ooh,
tell
I
you,
love it. I love
even
it.
if you are still not female, I'm sorry.
Yes, you
All
don't
right.
have ovaries.
Yes.
Bobby.
So sorry.
Thank you for
Risky.
supporting us.
Ah, my loss.
All
All right,
right.
listen, if you'd like to be a part of the conversation, here's how you can do so. Send your message to WhatsApp 0809-444-0981. On Twitter, it's at Smooth981FM. Use the hashtag Grapevine981. And on YouTube, we're streaming live. Go onto YouTube and it's Smooth981FM Lagos. And follow is streaming live on her Instagram page. So please go on there. So it's Folu Storms.
Yes.
And you see, and she's doing some fantastic director work like this. Shoot like this, stand like this.
Yeah.
So fantastic. So we have two songs we're going to be reviewing this morning. One is a music video, and the other is the audio. And I think I'd love to see a video for the particular song. Two fantastic songs, if I do say so myself. And I'd like to give a shout out to Caleb Onyeso, one of our production guys.
That's a
who-
real G.
Yes, always recommending songs, and today's songs were recommended by him. And also a big thanks to Olusegun Sheon for the stories today. So if it's not sweet, you know who to talk to. All right. But it's a brilliant. I love the stories. I look forward to sharing with you guys. But first of all, let's share with you this first one. It's called Fantasy. It's by Niniola featuring Femi Kuti. Listen. All right, we're back. 3, 2, 1. Mic's up. Okay, so the Queen of Afro House is out with a new song, and she's featuring none other than legend Femi Anikulapo.
My
Kuti.
uncle. Ooh, Uncle Femi for the win.
So great collaboration or no?
Excellent collaboration. It's always so nice to know that Femi's on the track. Niniola produces great music. She officially is the queen of like Afro house. She's dominating it. It's a beautiful song. The last time I heard something like this, well, to be fair, like Femi, if he's on any track, that's brilliant. But this actually also gave me Ricardo Banks. What's the name of that song that has the guitar riff at the end that Femi Leye is on? That
Like?
knocked me out. No. I need to check the name of that, and I'm gonna say it out loud. But I remember I had to tweet because I saved it on my phone. I was like, I felt like it was Femi Leye in my soul. But I didn't want to be proud. So I said,
You had a video for it,
who
right?
is responsible for this? Listen, is the audio that was disturbing my brain. But this fantasy is going to be a huge banger. It's great music. Niniola does it as always. But I am waiting for a video. I do hope they do a video together.
Yeah.
That would be really, really nice. But big shout out to both of them for jumping on this track together. I love it.
Brilliant. Thank you.
So I don't know if it's going to be a huge banger.
Yes, come again.
I
Go on.
know.
Give us,
I
give
don't know
us.
it's going to be a huge banger, but I think it's a good collaboration.
Okay.
The thing about Femi, a lot of his collaboration is he just blows that thing.
Yeah.
And for some people
What
that
do you
don't
mean
know,
just blows?
Calm down.
What?
calm down,
Don't blow that thing.
calm down.
Ah.
He just blows that thing, and then
Good
you don't really,
morning.
if you don't tell you that I was featuring Femi Kuti,
Yeah.
you just might just assume that someone.
No.
Never.
Oh, no.
See, even if
Let me
you-
land.
Okay,
Okay,
sorry.
sorry.
Let me land.
Land.
Yeah. So for me, I mean, I'm still saying for myself,
Yeah.
I still feel like, if you're not told that this is featuring Femi Kuti,
Yeah.
you just might not just know immediately that this is Femi Kuti featuring Femi Kuti, because you don't even get to hear anything that has to do with Femi. Besides that, it's a lovely song. I think it's sort of the tempo comes down a little when it comes to the energy that Ninola puts on a couple of her hit songs or big songs. You're right. But outside that, it's a beautiful song. I think it was well produced.
Yeah.
It sounded really, really crispy, and the message is still what Ninola stands for.
Talking about
Sorry, can I
I
producer.
just
mean,
say, sorry.
okay.
This Femi Kuti thing, I take
Yeah,
this thing
as
personally.
in-
Just blow. Femi Kuti he's the saxophonist. That's what he
No
does.
disrespect for
So
him.
how can you hear
I heard him
extended
fully well.
saxophone on a Nigerian track and you will not know who it is?
That's
No,
exactly what I was
that's
going to
on
go
you.
into. I
That's
mean,
it.
they have two very different styles. Niniola could sing the alphabet, and I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm listening to you." That's how much I love her music and stuff. And that horn bit, fully, you're absolutely right. I mean, that's the identity right there. That extended bit. I was like, I mean, of course, that's a Kuti. That's for sure. Kuti.
Get the
Not,
sax.
you might be like, I'm not sure which one it is, but you're like, it's definitely a Kuti that's probably on this right now. So, I mean, bro, if you're alone on this one, sorry, my bad.
But I do get so
But I
in terms
understand.
of James Silas, I would
Yeah.
say that when you listen to the song, you know that there's something special about the sax. So even if you didn't
Know
probably
who it
you're not
was.
familiar with
Yeah.
Femi Kuti's playing abilities or his playing style, you know that something is different. This is quite nice. Whoever she got is fantastic, and then you find out. So then it was something. But I do get what you mean. When I saw featuring Femi Kuti, perhaps
Yeah,
it's
waiting for
because of that.
singing.
Yes, because
Look at
we
these
want
new
to.
kids.
We
No, you
haven't.
can't be expecting singing, actually. I know you can't be expecting
Okay,
singing.
let me
But
give you
I
something to
was-
listen
I was
to.
expecting
Let me give you something to
singing.
listen to. Go and listen to Shay Shay featuring Femi.
Yes, loud.
Yes.
That's
Go on,
another
let's-
dope song.
So maybe
Then
another
you'll-
thing,
then
that
you'll
cause-
know.
another thing that changes this one for me might just be the length of the song. It's less than
Yes.
3 minutes.
Yeah, I like that.
But
Usual
also
Femi.
loud as well is
Still
be
play.
short.
Mhm.
The same thing as well. And I have to say, the song I was talking about, Ricardo Banks,
Yeah.
Rora, features
Okay.
Familiar.
Yes,
Guys,
Rora, okay,
listen,
I
if you
know.
have not heard that guitar riff at the end, you are on a long thing. That is beautiful,
Mhm.
beautiful musicianship. And I love that there's so many more young new age musicians that are flexing their musical skills,
I was
and
good,
that it's
yeah.
becoming more
Agree with
popular,
you.
so that people will now be able to listen and go, oh, I
This
know
is
who the
who.
guitar player is.
Mhm.
Oh, I know who the saxophonist is,
Mhm,
and
mhm.
that's cool.
All right, really cool. Now talking about production, who meant talk about the production? That the producer was really James was produced by Kel P.
Yeah.
So shout out to Kel P. Ugo from VI says, I like it. Fantasy, fantastic. Thanks, Ugo. Binye Hands says, responding to the song, I'm hoping he really likes it. All right, so Binye said, we had Binye on Thursday, by
Yes.
the way. So
Yeah,
Binye says,
says,
Rora,
Rora,
yeah,
yeah,
thank you
yeah.
so much, I'm
Thanks,
familiar.
man.
And then Lola here says, I don't know all the messages are going all the way back, but I'll try to get to your recent one. Yeah. Lola says, first time the year man has annoyed me. What happened now? Lola, why now? Do you know when David Guetta or Mark Webb said, oh, okay, because you said you don't know Femi Kuti, or it's not the
No,
year-
I
No,
didn't
not
say I know.
him.
Come
But
on.
in
It's featuring
general.
without being
Yeah.
told. All right, then
Yeah.
Zuke from Yaba says, I think. All right, we'll come to your comments once we get to the second song. This one is, when I saw this video, first thing that jumped at me was like two African giants.
Yeah.
On a track. So it's Tu Baba featuring Burna Boy. This song is
Yeah.
off his long and much anticipated new album Warriors, and Warriors is it comes 6 years after his last album. Let's see if this first offering, well, official offering from Warriors since the release or since the album launch, is something to talk about. Why are all these things?
Where is the volume so people on the line?
You know, exactly, right? Listening to silence.
Okay, let me but this is easier. Okay, so I know Zuke has sent the last. Okay, so we're coming back now. Mike's up studio is like Two-Face or Two. I had to get used to calling him Two Baba. I don't know why.
I'm
It's
sorry.
okay.
I'm
Baba.
totally Two-Faced. I'm like this whole two about thing.
It's so-
It
I
just
don't
doesn't
know.
catch on with me.
No,
Sorry.
I've been
Yeah.
following
It doesn't
this to Baba.
catch.
It's been a while now. So that-
Baba. Okay, let me
I
call him
don't
Baba.
know. I don't
Baba
know. Is it
and
official or
Burna.
not official?
It's
Does
It's
it
official.
change?
Since
It's official.
that took
I
Baba-
mean-
you were here, Jeff. Stop it. You were
I
here.
can't.
for
I
that
can't.
thing
I
and
can't
now the
adjust
official
to it.
change.
I just can't adjust
So
to it. That's the
let me just
problem.
check. Is Wizkid still Wizkid?
Where's
He
Baba?
said he'll change it eventually.
Yes,
Yeah,
It's
well,
still
where's Baba?
whiskey.
no, but he's still a kid now.
Okay, so just a
I
few,
mean-
a few facts on this song. It's a feel good song, as you know, Two-Face is back with that. Produced by Jay Sleek. The video was shot by Patrick Ellis, and like I mentioned, it's off his album Warriors. What do you guys think?
Wow, I think that this is a very, very colorful synergy with this video here and with the song itself. Because you know, the thing is that when you listen to it, it could actually be either of them songs. It could be a Burna Boy song. It could be a Tu Baba song. Look at me trying to use it and whatnot. And the video is very United Nations kind of thing. All right, because you've got Igbo people also singing along in the we must groove, we go groove kind of thing. It is like you rightly said, a feel good video. And when you hear the sound, remember I was worried at first that what sound he's gonna go for after all of this time. He's gonna
Yes.
follow, but this is him being classical, him and Burner doing Burner, and it's fire. That's what I have to say.
All right, fire. Thank you.
We must groove. Oh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Listen, there's some songs that when you just hear the name, you're like, that's right.
That was exactly.
Ooh,
This is
yeah,
exactly
man.
what Folu did
No,
when
I
she
love
came
it,
in and
yeah.
she was talking about the song.
Yeah. Because it is a groove song. I love it. It's at mid tempo that works so well for both Tubaba and for Burna. Like you said, two great African giants on it. I love the energy. I love the sound of it. I feel like it's also going to be one of those slow burners that it'll just be something that's always played. You know when you step into club, that first music that you hear, because dance floor hasn't really opened yet, but they need small groove. Yeah, that's the groove track. I love it. The video though, I have to say, because it is a video at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I don't really care one way or another. It's just them, on the block, but it's not even our block, it's their block.
Yeah. The opposites
just
abroad.
walking around, but it was nice to see sort of like traditional outfits in there, colorful, it had the West African swag, which
I think this is their second collaboration or so, because they won the Larry Gaga album when they did that Babanla song.
but even
together.
before that, they've been collaborating
Third one,
since
actually.
Burner's first
Yeah,
album.
third one actually.
Yeah.
This is
So,
I beg hard Two Face and Timaya back in the days.
Yeah.
So, but this one actually, I like the song. It's not particularly my favorite of Tubaba.
Have you listened to the
in
Warrior
fact.
album?
Yes, I have, and
What do
I
you
think
think
it's an
about
average.
it?
It's an average listen
Average.
offering. Yes.
Wow.
But outside, let's talk about this video. It's basic, very very basic. I think Bona is in town, Tubaba is in town. Let's just do a video for it. And then there's this, seclusion of, like they had issues with space. Let's just use this space, just stand here. And then because the video is looking so basic, let's put some graphics on it. And, it was a very, very managed situation. But outside that, I think it was a good collaboration in terms of Burna, Tubaba, and something that needed to happen at this point in time. So, but shout out to them anyway.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. I'm actually loving this Simon Cowell version of it. It's the nice one.
I'm the nice one, right?
What? He's the nice
That's
one?
fake news.
He's the
James.
nice one?
No.
Wow, look at them.
He's the nice one?
Ayo, go on. Don't
You are
worry.
the nice one. Don't
Wait,
mind Chef Jeff.
wait.
Chef Jeff, you
He's
have
the
no
nice
right.
one.
to
I'm the
call
nice
somebody
one.
a nice
Chef.
place. Let's move.
I am.
Wow.
Fake
Let's
news.
take
Everybody
some
knows.
comments. I think you're the nice one.
Thank
but in
you.
recent times, this fire you've been giving is like,
That's why I say, you see, when you came, was doing welcome. This James' true self. This is true nature coming
all
out.
right.
I'm nice.
Okay, well, I think it's a normal Baba feel good song. We must groove. The guy likes to party. I think sometimes I feel that
Nigerians like to party.
actually Nigerians like to party.
Yes.
But for Two Face, I feel that his songs are a reflection of the kind of person that he is. Don't
Yo.
take life too seriously.
Yes, yeah.
Nothing may happen. Let's just groove.
True,
So
true.
that's those are kind of songs that he produces.
The way we're
So you
plugging
from-
this groove here is very serious.
That way,
Plugging this groove.
Because we must
That's
groove.
That's true, sharp.
all right. Zik from Yama says, I think the Niniola Fantasy is a feel-good song, totally different from her up-tempo songs. However, it's not my best and kind of yet to grow on me. Maybe a music video might do the magic. And then we have this one from another one of our listeners. Thank you so much. Lara says, that Tubaba song beat is from Michael Jackson. You don't really care about us.
Are you sure?
Did you guys also get
I'm still listening.
the chorus was from Fela? You did it for you.
Yeah, I picked up a little bit of that.
Yeah,
I picked up a little bit of that, yeah.
Is he going to play anything to Fela, do you think?
No, when
The
you have
family estate?
Burna Boy on the song sometimes, man.
Yeah.
Lol.
Yeah, I'm gonna say-
That's what she was doing.
Can we just move on to the stories? already?
All right.
Yes,
Can I quickly plug in something as well that we
Please
can get to
plug
review?
in.
Actually, go check out Oyibo Rebel Ojumi Bloody. He's like the Niger version of Eminem, and I was surprised by this guy. As in,
that
like
title sounds like it.
yeah, because he's Lebanese Faraz Bulus. Really speaking proper conk Yoruba that I cannot translate. My Yoruba is better than my Igbo, so go check that out. Ojumi Bloody. All right.
Okay, Ojumi Blood, even say it again, that your Yoruba is very
If you you have to say it. There's a voice you have to use.
Actually.
Don't you me bloody.
There you go. That's pretty much how it
Say it,
sounds.
say it,
Okay,
say
let
it.
her do it. Let her do
say
it.
it
No, because I
again.
don't have the deep
Yeah.
this thing to do.
Ojumi Bloody.
Oh, let's move on to our story. Okay, so something to look forward to. So something is happening in April with regards to a new album. Who can guess?
Let me just tell them the news.
Brimo.
Brimo is hinting that he's going to be dropping a new album. It's going to be called Yellow. He actually tweeted and said final vocals were laid for my new album Yellow earlier today. Album in stores on the 1st of April 2020. April Fools? We don't know. We don't know.
That would be a good trick though. That
One
would
of
be a
those
good
people
trick.
that tells
Like
us that
Rihanna.
to release album, then we'll just be waiting.
Like Rihanna, right?
Waiting.
Yeah.
Album will not show.
Emma,
Rihanna.
No, I think he will show the Brimo has this is a long time coming. So I
But
think
he
a
might
lot
just
of
do it
it-
on the second. Like that April Fool's
Yes, he
joke would be a
does.
good play.
Wow, true. All right, Lagos, this is no April Fool. We're going on a break, definitely. We'll be back. And when we come back, it'll be time for us to get into those stories that James Silas is anxious to tear apart. This is the Grapevine 981, and it's brought to you by Verve.
Love music, love
Say that
life.
again.
Have you ever been on the
No, but your mind is very
No,
clear.
sir.
Finally,
No, they didn't get it. I know.
Wait.
you bring
But
out
it's
your
just
Ṣé ojú ẹ̀
phone
làbí kí ló dé?
and wait.
Say that again, Jeff.
Ṣé ojú ẹ̀ làbí kí ló dé?
What? No, Chef, just
No,
stop it, stop
it's not even about how you say.
Stop it.
Ṣé o gbọ́rọ̀ ni etí ẹ̀
No, James, yours
Mo ti sọ fún ẹ, mo ti sọ fún ẹ. ẹ́?
But Chef Jeff, no,
Mo ti sọ
sorry.
fún ẹ.
They just sound you like the Yoruba proper Yoruba. Speaking the
And
Yoruba.
you know how cute Chef Jeff's one is. He thinks the voice is Chef Ocho, and he's saying, and he's not really getting it.
And it sounded so gentle, so nice.
I'm sorry. I will go back to my kilo. I will go back to my kilo.
But then you cannot help this.
Yeah, you can. That's
That's
what
why I
I
say you
do.
don't
I will go back to
you
my
need
kilo.
Agbero rasp to say that title.
That bus
He's the
conductor.
yes, he's the rasp. He's not the he's just a certain level.
No,
of-
but seriously, check it out. I mean, I was very surprised. I was very surprised. Very
Hey
surprised.
guys, had to take a break. And we are in a break currently.
Yes.
Behind the scenes. There are a number of stories we're going to talk about.
And a sense
Yeah.
of satisfaction
It's real.
that no matter what happened today, a screaming boss, annoying
Zaki
traffic, and all
Aze
that,
cracking
something
up.
came through for you. Here you are.
All right, we'll be back
able
after the
to
break.
Reward yourself
Yeah.
with exactly what you want. That is why you should ask your bank for a Verve card
This
today.
Gideon statement.
Because you deserve
is cracking me
something
up.
that
Gideon,
works
I
all
I have
the
things
time.
to say.
Visit www.marvelworld.com.
I have things to say. I get it. I have things
That
to
is
say.
www.marvelworld.com to discover the reliable awesomeness a Verve card offers.
2% battery. What the fuck is wrong with this phone? Ooh,
Don't you
sorry.
hate when that happens? Hey guys, this is so nice. Thanks everyone for like tuning in. I'm trying to do these live things more.
I am creator.
Right back on Smooth. It is the Grapevine 981 here, brought to you by Verve Smooth 98.1, and we're ready to go with the stories for today. If you're just tuning in, by the way, we reviewed 2 songs and we think you should check it out. If you'd like to check the songs out, go onto our Twitter handle at Smooth981FM. Use the hashtag Grapevine981 and you'll see the link to the full songs. The first one was by Niniola featuring Femi Kuti called Fantasy. The next is or was by Tubaba and Burna Boy, and it is that we must groove. Thank you for your comment. Please keep them coming through. We'll try to get to them as much as possible. All right, first story here is starting on a grim note. Well, not grim, but just
sad.
an announcement about the death of one of Nollywood's legends, Pa Kasumo. His real name is Kaide Odumosu, but many people know him as Pa Kasumo, particularly for those in the Yoruba movie industry. And he passed away at the age of 66. His death was announced by Nollywood actress Folu Salako on her Instagram page. He's said to have died at a brief illness.
That's tough. May his soul rest in peace.
Amen.
I'm obviously thinking about his family and all those who knew him at this time. That's just sad.
Yeah.
And I think it's a bit sad when you're coming into. He was recently given a recognition award. I think I can't remember now. It's one of the things that Foluke had organized for veterans in the industry. And sometimes it's a bit sad to see when they're just coming into their place of almost reward and enjoyment and retirement, then they fall ill and they pass away. I pray for his family members that they will be able to have strength at this time to survive this sad news. We move on to the French Oscars. So another, is it grim? Shall I call it grim or sad, or shall I call it
gingering
segment?
news. There is a ginger news. Don't worry. This
So
is not
let's
sad.
talk about Roman Polanski.
Mhm.
Let me tell you a little bit about Roman Polanski. Roman Polanski is a Polish-French director who has been wanted in the United States for the statutory rape of a 13-year-old girl since the
1977.
1970s. He has since faced other accusations of sexual assault. So this is not just a one-off case. It's something that a number of people have come out. He hasn't been convicted yet. However, mild drama broke out at the French version of the Oscars. Shevja, can you do us the honors of pronouncing this award?
César.
César. Thank you very much. So several actresses walked out when that's Roman Polanski, won Best Director. Should they? I mean, this was their own form of protest as to this man has been accused of something. And then
I mean,
this Polanski issue is very serious. So first of all, you have to know that he is an incredibly noted and respected, at least was until this issue came out. A director. He is incredibly talented. But as we've seen with the rise of awareness on sexual abuse, on such crimes, and people are being more vocal, they're now coming up to talk about some of these people who, yes, they may be geniuses, may be incredibly talented, but have been hiding under the office of that talent, hiding under the popularity and the fame that they had. And I think it's so impressive that at least at the César Awards, that people really did sort of like make their disgust with this. I mean, rape of a 13-year-old girl, a statutory rape, and the reason they're insisting it's statutory rape, I think, is because there's some debate as to whether or not the girl, quote unquote, consented, but you can't if you're a minor. And that's a 13-year-old at the end of the day, So when are we going to come to a place where I understand that if you've committed this is a real crime, and it's a crime for which he's never paid for. And that's really the issue. So I know there's some people who'll be out here saying, oh, maybe he made a mistake that one time, because there are a lot of apologists out there. But it's not about, oh, maybe, no, you can't do that. You've got to, everyone has to stand up when you know that someone is a known pedophile, as far as I'm concerned, or is a known sexual predator. You've got to stand up and say, this is not okay, this is not right. Regardless of how talented you are, we're going to put that aside and just put you to the side. So even the fact that he was nominated, the reality that the members of his crew didn't attend the event, that should let you know how seriously people are taking this thing. And I think it's about time. I'm still waiting for when they catch him. Make mistake flying to the US, they're going to collect
I think that it's really interesting. Sorry,
go ahead. No.
I think it's really interesting how he's still been able to get work and been able to be prominent, because when you look at, he's actually, like, if you look at Rush Hour, I think it was 2 or 3, The Policeman in France, that's Roman Polanski right there. With this, it's no matter the mindset, all right, you have to be like, listen, you haven't paid for this crime. This is what happened. Like, he can't even do that Sharon Tate pity party in Charles Manson married with a wife anymore. He's moved beyond that now. This is actually a case he's never paid the price. If it's that he paid the price and trying to move back into society, that's another thing entirely. All 21 board members of the board of the César Awards, they've all agreed to step down. And it's really ironic because this movie that that won all these awards for, it's about a Jewish military officer who was wrongly convicted of treason. So you got a wrongly convicted person and another person who's pled guilty and has not been convicted as a director by the movie. So there's a big irony that comes up with that. But you got the likes of Jessica Chastain and Rose McGowan, who were like, listen, this Adele walkout, everybody stands with you. And it's just really, I don't, when one of the actors walked out, she said, "Well done to pedophilia." That's what she said.
Oh, wow.
Even the host of the show said, "Welcome to all the predators in the house," something along those lines. So basically, like, so him not attending and his crew not attending, they knew that there was going to be a public lynching possibly, and so he just had to boycott. He did the same thing in 2017 as well. So the key thing is,
and that's why. So why do they keep nominating?
Exactly.
I mean, like, look at someone like Nate Parker. All right, he didn't get chances after his own situation with Gabrielle Union and whatnot. So why is it that Roman somehow still maintains a prominence in this, no matter how brilliant he is?
White privilege, for one, is very present. And the reality is, a lot of the institutions and the places that we work at, things that happen, it is, the more powerful people are protected. It's terrible, but that's the truth of what as a society we do, even here in Nigeria. Because someone just put on my live, they said, crime that's legalized in the north of this country. I was like, that's the reality. And
I mean, we still see Woody Allen movies.
That issue.
I mean,
yes, still, and so do you think that the actors who agreed to work with him should also be should come under fire? Because about this man's history.
Not everyone knows.
Okay.
First, I think the assumption that is high, because for the average person, unless you're paying attention to the news, and he's not in the news that often. You've just heard the name Roman Polanski. You just know that he's a respected guy. Shaken up. Unless you've been paying attention to the news, unless you've been following up, before it'll occur to you that, because if a young working actor wakes up tomorrow and they're like, Roman Polanski wants you to be in a film, the first thing that comes to your mind is not going to be, he's this predator. Not unless you're a woman who maybe has been attacked, or you're a man who's got a relative that's happened to. Then you'll be a bit more aware of it. But typically, you've accepted the job, you're excited, there's this prestigious thing, then somebody will remind you that, don't forget that guy, he did this thing in 1970, before I was born.
1977,
All right, so let's talk about men who have power and money who are being protected. Zaki has something to say to drug barons and Yahoo boys who are investing in Nigerian music industry. Maybe not saying to them, but saying about them. So according to the veteran singer, he's alleged that the Nigerian music industry as of today is driven by investments from drug barons and internet fraudsters, also known as Yahoo boys. Now, I don't know, I was trying to decipher from this statement if there was someone that he was, if there's a hidden
Referring to?
There
identity.
are many, it's not hidden, it's many.
Is it that singers who are not really talented come into the industry with money gotten from drugs or blood money, and they just make so much noise? Chef,
So I don't know about the drug money or blood money, but I still feel like it's an allegation or
Of course.
suspicion.
Yeah.
But if we cannot say
James,
this person
James,
is guilty for this thing, I cannot really say,
James.
oh yeah, that's
So,
what it
What
is.
do you mean?
But I know
James,
that
what do you mean?
there are some people who are actually cleaning their money in entertainment. I mean,
Exactly.
sometimes they're not just blood, whatever, and drug dealers, politicians included. But like I said, if I cannot prove this thing and say this person did this, and I just might not
But that's
particularly.
but isn't
But
that-
yes, it's possible.
But that's why he said it this way. Because we're all aware, all of us in the entertainment industry are aware that there are a number of people who come in and are splashing around a lot of cash. And when you talk to some of these people, they're like, or when they get into trouble later on with their labels, with XYZ, you begin to find out the kind of characters that are involved in this label. And I've personally spoken to a musician, I've asked that, listen, but aren't you concerned when they tell you you're spending all this money in clubs? Yeah, it's gonna come from somewhere. You're gonna have to pay for it. But that's the lifestyle they introduced us to. So as far as they're concerned, that's just the way things are supposed to be. I think it's interesting, and I wonder why Zaki Eze is speaking out now. Does he have a track coming out? I'd like to know.
Yeah, or maybe,
'Cause
or
that
just
feels a
wanting
bit-
to say
Feels
something.
a bit like just making himself relevant currently, because this is not new news. It's like
No,
giving
it's
me a
a bit of a
headline.
news though.
No,
For
but-
me, I did. To be fair, I have seen the first thing when I read this headline, a name popped in my head. I will not tell
Let's
you
not
the
make
name.
allegations.
No,
I
of
think
course
I know
not.
the one you're
Of
talking
course
about.
not, definitely. I mean, I just said a name popped into my head because I was like, okay, you're actually. I've never sat down to think to myself, these people are using blood money, or these people are using. So it's
Okay,
just
but
food
it's
for
like
thought
someone
for
putting
me.
in a headline and saying drug barons and Yahoo boys are investing in housing in Ikoyi.
That's
Is that
true.
really going to be surprising
No.
as a headline? No.
Okay, so the
So
part of the story
my
that
thing is our community, our culture,
Yeah.
is infected with this.
it is.
Every
But I think
aspect.
something else for me from the article is that stop celebrating no talent who is just there because someone somewhere with illegal or illicit money is sponsoring the person. So we're celebrating. You don't have talent. There's nothing there, but because there's so much money, and it's almost a disservice to those who actually have skills and talents who do
My
not have.
Well, the
broadcaster
problem,
colleagues are
oh.
sitting on this table, are shaking
I
it.
mean, the truth is this: we celebrate even when there's no talent and no backer at the same time.
Because all we're doing is celebrating money. The reality is our culture,
Thank
our
you.
community right
Are
now in
celebrating
Nigeria, we
money.
celebrate money.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what you are doing, how you are doing it, as long as you look wealthy while you're
Yeah.
doing it, as long as there's some hope that maybe I can tap into that cash too. Like, woo, woo, woo.
Yeah.
Ogami wa lawyer.
Thank you. Is that
Yeah.
hope? You know, the reason why you say something, I'm going, no, please, if it's my own turn too, so that they don't block your chance in case it comes to you.
It is my
Very,
time to
very
shine.
important. Absolutely. Lola says one of the ladies that walked out had recently opened up about her own sexual assault ordeal. His crew and anyone who worked with him would definitely know about the crime. Staying away from the awards show doesn't absolve them of associating with the crime. And then Shaya says that is it not funny how you people sit in the studio and already concluded that Roman Polanski is guilty? Wow, he's an accused, Shikena. Until
He
it
pled
is tried
guilty.
and convicted, he's only an accused, and it is wrong to say he has not paid for a crime he's yet to be convicted for. Nice program, by the way. Keep it up.
Assuming
He pled
slept
guilty.
with a 13-year-old and pled guilty to it.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
So what else are we saying?
All right, Cruz has something to say. Hi, Cruz. Cruz, it's always a lovely, lovely time. Him and you and Emma, my peoples. Cruz says, should we help you mention names that don't have talent but have money backbone? No, no, say I no get shame. No, Cruz. Tweet, yes, thank you. Tweet at them.
Cruz.
Let's talk about coronavirus and some of the things that we need to start talking about. Folu Storms. I'm bringing you into this
Yes,
story.
Let's talk
because-
about this. So I think it's an interesting story. Big shout out to Gideon Okeke. I did talk about coronavirus during Freshly Pressed.
Yeah.
Reminder again that first of all, mortality rates for coronavirus is very low. It's less than 2%. People most susceptible to passing from this virus would be really elderly people, so already over the age of 81, or people with underlying pre-existing serious medical conditions. So it's really like having a very bad flu, guys. Let's all calm down. Stop buying all the face masks in the world. Now, Gideon Okeke spoke out. Big shout out to Giddy. I find him like such a brilliant person to talk to, but he is very opinionated about certain things, and I don't share in his opinion on a lot of things, and this is one of those, because he says it's a risk that actors are taking currently in this era of dreaded coronavirus. And he puts out on his Instagram page and said that actors should start presenting medical reports before shooting any kissing or romantic scenes. Says, or better yet, for how much the times have come when we all owe ourselves the responsibility of presenting medical records. Acting is a contact sport, with spittle running free when in the heat of passionate dialogue. For now, I do my yard enjoying banga rice. So on the one hand, yes, I think that the healthcare and health situation of actors in general does need to be checked. So yes, actors should be making sure if you're coming to work and you're a bit sick or you have the flu, which is the first thing. I'm like, if we're asking for medical reports for coronavirus, shouldn't have been asking for this since?
Yes.
How many people are infected with HIV/AIDS in this country and no one checks before you go on
Very
set?
true.
So that we're just waking up now because suddenly there's a virus that you haven't heard of before, but it's not really killing people yet, as far as we know, not that many anyways. And you want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Listen, put this in place because it's good for actors, period. Put it in place because it is a health concern and we are not checking ourselves. And I will say this first and foremost, because I understand it is a are touching people a lot, but then it means that I should ask everyone to present themselves for measles, which kills more people than the coronavirus. I should ask everyone to check themselves for what type of flu they have. There's so many things. People have cold sores. I've never had one in my life. I live in fear of one day coming, like finally getting this thing that I've avoided for so long. But this is the reality. I think that the panic over coronavirus, everyone needs to calm down. Please stop panicking. It doesn't solve anything. Just wash your hands. Don't be dirty. Guys, sorry, I'm gonna throw this at you. I see people at the side of the road. Do not shake somebody's hand. Mama, wash your hands.
And also spitting in public was also flagged.
Listen,
So please,
we have so many other issues before we even come to coronavirus. There's one in this country so far. For all we know, it has been sitting here marinating with us.
Very
We
true.
don't know. Yeah.
The issue that I have is that I kind of semi-disagree because we have a very big hygiene problem over here. All right,
Yes.
you got your cleaner that's going to take the bin bag and then touch the door handle. It's not going to get wiped. He comes with the cold or with
Don't
the
make it
virus. He's
graphic.
touched
Oh,
it.
Chef Jeff.
Suddenly now then you've now touched that place. You're now susceptible to it. So that's where the worry comes in.
But you see, this is the attitude I want people to take in general. Because you peed, you didn't wash your hands, and you took your pee hand and you touched people. You kissed people's babies. You said no. That this should be like let's
And that highlights
encourage
it then.
hygiene in general.
That's
So
what
they should
highlights it as
understand,
well
But
then.
this focusing all the time on the coronavirus, it's just something that people want to fixate on. And I really say that my media colleagues, let's be more responsible. Stop spreading panic, spread information.
Yeah.
Stop
although
spreading
in
the wrong
fairness to him-
information,
in
guys.
fairness to him, I think it was tongue in cheek, and that's why he mentioned the banga rice at the end.
And but also,
he's
I
known for
understand,
speaking about
what you're
issues.
saying. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I now gauge money, gauge everything. Then you cannot infect me. I'm not go to your set. Let me tell you.
So can I also
I'm not
let's
So if they give you, if they pay you more money, would you?
Honestly,
Yeah.
I'd be more at. It's okay.
Are you serious?
but let's
Do you know what? It's like
So you take
people
more
who are,
risks.
it's like doing. Of course,
Yeah.
that's why you pay me more to do my own stunts. That's why you pay me more to cut my hair.
Yeah.
Because it's a risk. It's a calculated risk, but it's a risk. I'm
How
not
much
going
can
to
it
look at
possibly be?
danger.
I don't want to die.
Coronavirus no
is
dey
not a
kill
death
you na
sentence.
cold, bro.
Yeah, we don't care, man. We
Okay,
just
so
don't want
okay,
it.
so let me put two things that need to be said. All right. First of all, there are a lot of recoveries from the virus.
Yeah.
That is one thing that needs to be said. But then that said, you could get it again. All right. But there's a recovery process. There are thousands who have recovered from this.
Just Google.
But the
like,
second thing is
recovery,
don't spread false information. All the people that tell you go and do hot water and garlic.
Yes.
The World Health Organization said no, that
Oh,
does
yeah,
not
yeah,
work.
yeah.
All right. So let's just go because we've seen
good for you in general.
we have
Well, it
seen
won't
the
cure
messages come on
coronavirus.
WhatsApp and everybody's like taking it for the truth and whatnot.
Shit, yeah.
And so let's just
They
put it
said
that
it
You
way.
know how they say
Alcohol.
HIV is not a death sentence, but
Okay, we
let's
have to
just
go,
say you're
guys.
positive
Let's
first
leave
of all.
Corona alone. Coronavirus, leave it alone. All right, let's very quickly. I want us to touch on this and then we'll plug out. The first thing is the last one is about Jennifer Lopez feeling bad that she was snubbed by the Oscars for her movie or her role in Hustlers. Unfortunately, I haven't seen Hustlers, but I plan to. How do you guys think she?
That was
acted?
Tyler Perry one.
No, it wasn't. No.
It was
it's
different.
not.
No.
Absolutely
How
not.
do you think she did, and do you think that she deserved to have been nominated for as supporting actress?
Well, I mean, first of all, I haven't seen it, so I don't know. I think that people like Jennifer Lopez are often at a disadvantage when it comes to Oscar nominations because people perceive her in a certain way.
Yeah,
True.
And they forget
typecast.
that she really is good.
Yeah.
She really has been working for decades, and she really does deserve some kind of recognition. But because I haven't seen the film, I don't know about her performance.
I mean,
so.
to be honest, like she's put herself in certain genres that have put her out of place in terms of like Oscar grabbing kind of thing. So
She's
with
not
this
suffering,
one,
that's
she
why.
but with this she actually But the thing is, there were a lot of people who were overlooked as well in other categories. You've got the likes of Priya like Lupita with the brown skin, who's probably in Echo Hotel right now with her delivery of Us, Aquafina. So I mean, she's enjoying her birthday in Echo Hotel.
Lupita,
Please
I
tell me
wanna
where
be
I
your
want to
friend.
go. I want to marry her. Fully, don't get
I'll
jealous.
hook you up. my friend.
So
Thanks.
but the thing is that I think she's making a little bit too much noise about it because sometimes it happens.
No, but
When
she
Jennifer
was asked the
Aniston
question,
was
though.
close enough to Mother or whatever for a nomination, that didn't happen. Not much noise was made by her about it. So just move on. And the effort that you've done now will be recognized in future if you focus on those kind of Oscar bait type things.
All right, thank you very much, guys. Let's keep this conversation going. Go onto Twitter at Smooth981FM using the hashtag Grapevine981 and let's keep the conversation on. Thanks, a big shout out to Emeka Anago on YouTube saying hi to everyone who says he loves the show.
What's up? What's
Thank
up?
you,
What's
Emeka.
up?
All right, guys, plug out. It's time for us to go.
All right, guys, find me on social media at Folu Storms. Remember, I've got a couple of cool projects that are up on Netflix as well. You can watch On the Real, which I'm in. I also feature in Castle and Castle. Of course, Unmarried is still showing and it's up tomorrow, 9 p.m. on African Magic Showcase. So check us out. And yeah, I do have a couple of things I'll be up on YouTube later today.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. What's your YouTube channel?
At Folu Storms.
At
So it's
Folu
Folu Storms. So youtube.com/Folu Storms.
Brilliant.
James Silas on all social media platforms. You'll find it there.
Fantastic.
Yeah, find me at Chef Jeff 3000. I'm uploading things from Tale of Two Chefs 3, Tale of Two Chefs 4, hopefully coming up at the end of the month, but a
I'm
few more
watching.
food events hopefully in between. So yeah, you were not watching this time. Azina was watching on your behalf. All right, I called you out. I checked.
No, I watched the one. I watched this Tale of Two Chefs.
All right,
I was
well,
like,
well.
oh my goodness, I've been missing. I know I didn't see
They
the
called you
process.
out.
No, I didn't see the process.
Well,
Is it live-
I'm
live
a
and-
Keep
fan.
up, and I love you 3000.
Thank you. All right, Lagos, we love you. 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. But we had to go. Next, Grapevine 901 is on Thursday, so please make sure you tune in. But before then, at 9 o'clock, we'll be back for Lagos Talks 981. One of the topics, or one of the headlines from earlier today, we'll be looking at in detail. Again, a big shout out to Caleb Onyeso, our production assistant, for helping and recommending today's songs, and also to Seun Olusegun for our stories today. Did you like it? Say thank you to her. What's her Twitter handle? At Seun Olusegun _
Moment of fame.
All right, Lagos. We'll see you at 9.
So did you broadcast it live?
No, it wasn't live. It wasn't live, no. But I just had a lot of
Your
stories.
friends, I get
All
it.
the preparations that was going on. and
Olusegun,
so,
I'm
yeah.
Olusegun.
I just started uploading and things.
Okay.
That's your Instagram. I cannot remember.
Let's watch it, guys. Gotta go.
What's that nice?
Hey, say hello.
Hello.
I mean, because now that I think about it, we also advertise.
Peace! Chef Jeff!
The words right out of my mouth.
Yeah.
No, like so they're just kissing things.
See, everybody just they risk up and down the place. That is Nigeria.
Love music.